this time.
Hey,
Yeah, you know what?
If you can't hear us,
Let us
learn to lip
Let
read.
us know again. No, just kidding.
All right, guys. So this is
The reboot.
Wait, are we going to see
This is the second
a
reboot.
comment if someone can't hear us this time around?
No, Katie
they-
will jump in.
Okay.
I'm sure she'll
Katie
jump
will
like she
knock
did
on the
last
door
time.
and
That was
mock
good.
us some more.
Tell us we're idiots.
Our account management department at Credilife will come in and mock us
Yeah.
because they need more reasons. So, all right, everybody. This is
Credit
Day one.
Rockstars
This is Credit
live.
Rockstars. This is the reboot, guys.
This is the reboot.
So here's what we got. Those of you who are joining us online in one of the many Facebook groups that we sponsor, if you're watching us on Credit TV, we'd like to welcome you to this episode 1 of Credit Rockstars. And what Credit Rockstars is, it's some seasoned credit professionals
Yep.
who are going to be coming to you live every Monday and every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central until 11 a.m. Central Time. So if you're on the East Coast, that is 11 to 12.
Yep.
If you're in the Colorado area, you're
9 to
looking more
10.
9 to 10. And if you're on the California side of things, well, that is 8 to 9.
Perfect.
8 to 9
While you're
in
in
the
the
morning.
commute.
All right, so this is going to be twice a week. You're going to be able to count on this. You're going to be able to set your watch to it. Just don't look at your watch right now because it's not 10 o'clock, but this is our first episode of it. So what is Credit Rockstars?
Well, Credit Rockstars, the premise of Credit Rockstars, a few things. One, we want to have fun, right? We want to help people, want to empower people. We understand that credit itself isn't always the most fun topic.
It's not
So
terribly
first,
exciting usually.
it's
no.
not. And first and foremost, we want to have fun, but we
Okay.
want to bring valuable content, valuable education that can empower people for positive change.
Sounds good.
You know, that's around credit, that's around financial wellness, that's around the lending process, that's around mindset.
Yep.
All the things are included. I talk to clients all the time. You know, credit impacts a lot of different things. That's why our approach at Credilife is
Right.
holistic. We're going to do the exact same thing here with Credit Rockstars
Right.
and bring that same type of content to everyone.
So you guys know, this is going to be a regular show format. It's going to be something worth tuning into. It's going to be educational. It's going to be fun. It's going to be something that can legitimately help you. It's not going to be a 1-hour infomercial. If you look, we actually have a breakdown of how the show breaks down.
Yep, every
we
single
have
week.
sponsors.
Every episode.
We do have commercial breaks. They're a minute a piece. We have 4 an hour. So you're not going to hear us going, buy our things for an hour. We're actually going to be giving you real information that you can use and employ right away. We're going to have our top 5 lists. Everyone loves them, some top 5.
Yep.
We're going to have
Credit news, what's
credit
going on
news.
in the world of credit.
We do have some promotions that get offered. We do have topics and guests that we'll be bringing in from the world of credit,
Yep.
real estate, banking,
Yep.
mortgage, everything that you'll need there.
Financial services,
Yep.
money management.
Exactly. We're also going to have what we call our Rockout
This is
action
my favorite.
item.
This is my favorite.
Rockout action item. So we're going to give you an actual action item that you can put into play
Right after the show.
right after the show, each and every show. And as we grow, we're going to have some testimonials, comments, and emails from you guys. They can be questions, they can be comments, they can be telling us about what happened and sharing your wins, sharing your experiences. So this is a real
And I think it's
It's a talk
important.
show. It's
I think
quite
it's
frankly.
important because when it comes to the rockout action, this is something that we developed that is
Right.
going to be specific to what the show topic was.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important, like Jeremy said, set your calendar, set your reminder so you can watch a show every week, Monday and Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And going through and watching the show, you're going to get a lot of fun information, but more importantly, based on the main topic, at the end of the show, we give you your rockout action.
Right. Brian, can you let us know what time did we kick in? How many minutes into the show are we right now, just so we can sync up the
We're only about 5 minutes into the show.
5 minutes in? Perfect.
He'll stop us
Perfect.
for the commercial
Okay,
breaks.
excellent. All right.
Since we had a delayed start due to our
Yeah.
wonderful technology.
Wonderful technology.
Yeah, it's going to be.
So,
we'll figure
but
it out.
yeah, we
It'll
have
be fine
so
moving
much
forward.
tech in here. We actually built a complete
Studio.
And I kind of wish I could pan around and show this to you guys. Maybe we'll do some video of it later on. But we have a complete podcast studio here. It is legit. I'm someone who's done live streaming for the last 10 months. This thing is the real
It's
deal.
a real deal.
And we're taking it that seriously.
And there's a learning curve involved.
There is a learning curve involved, absolutely. So let me just break out. I wanted to ask so that people know, when they tune in, this Jared guy, this Brian guy, this Jeremy guy, let's let you guys know who we are and why it's worth tuning in to listen to some of us. So tell people who you are.
Awesome. Well, I'm Jared Havens, CEO and co-founder of Credilife. We are a holistic financial wellness company that focuses on helping people who are looking to repair their credit, looking to strategically build their credit, looking to help for debt management when it comes to any accounts that might be negative, debt management when it comes to how best to manage your open active trade lines to improve your credit. We help people with student loans, all that. We're one of the very few companies in the nation that provide this type of methodology that's so effective, and it's a proven model that has helped literally thousands of people get into homes and move forward in their life. That's what we've built here. Claim to fame for myself is if you go to Credit Havens Facebook, one thing that I did that I felt was super powerful was this was maybe 2 years now, 2.5 years, 3 years. I don't even know. Time goes by so fast. But I had organically just did a video. That's why I'm so excited about this podcast, because a lot of misinformation, there's a lot of bad information out there.
There's terrible information out there on the internet about credit.
Horrible.
It's in some of these Facebook groups, it's just
it's
a
horrible.
train wreck.
It's horrible.
It's absolutely horrible.
And they're not ran by true credit professionals, and they're not ran by people that even understand the holistic model of how how it all works. But I did a video on Facebook just simply talking about collections.
Sure.
And how best to handle collections when you're looking to be approved for a mortgage.
Cool.
To date, that has, I think, close to 400,000 views.
That's huge.
Has over 3,000 shares.
That's huge.
Pure organic, and it was just real content, real education that people could understand and take action on. So that's what we're doing here with Credit Rockstars. That's the type of stuff we want to be doing for you here every week.
So long story short, you're the CEO of Credilife.
Yes.
That's why you're qualified to do this. Brian is working Brian's our board operator.
I've got buttons.
He's got buttons. He's got lots and lots of buttons. We're not.
He has a
don't press them all.
He's got a tough job.
There's lots of them you should not press.
Yeah, this is exciting. I mean, it has been. Honestly, we did start working on this more than a year ago, and it was just kind of we've been implementing aspects of trying to touch the studio in this, that, and the other place.
Yep.
And then
shout out to David Wang.
Yep, a lot of help from David.
Yes,
appreciate
indeed.
that. And Jeremy got doing some live streaming. Still doing some live streaming.
Still live streaming.
Likes to be in front of people. We all know that. And
I'm an attention whore, as they call it.
So I've been around this
correctly?
space for a long time, and one of the things that Jared and I really wanted to do when we started this is figure out a way to not only help people from the core competency of credit repair, but also get in a situation where, we could make sure that they don't have to come back and be a repeat customer.
Yep.
And although from a business standpoint, you might think that's great and all, but what we want is financial wellness for people. And I think that the more, the better people spend their money, the better they're going to enjoy their lives, and the better that our entire country can be. I mean, we're drowning in debt, from student loan debt to everything.
I mean, not us personally.
No. Yeah. No.
Well,
fortunately, we've learned from our mistakes in the past.
I've had mistakes and everything. Exactly. We're all human.
There is nobody here that got this passionate about credit without going through the same thing each and every one of you guys have gone
Exactly.
Yeah, for me, the real estate thing was the big deal.
The
that real estate market, I've been involved in real estate mortgage for 15 years. And then when that whole collapse happened, it destroyed the value of my house.
Yep.
And I went into business with an attorney helping people get out of their underwater homes. So we helped more than 1,000 people get out of their first mortgages and get debt relief from their second mortgages by negotiating with the banks on their behalf. And that just gave me a touch of how gratifying it is to help someone get out of some situations.
Brian, co-founder of Credilife as well. And then
very passionate.
I guess there's me.
And we have Jeremy.
My name's
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
No, just kidding.
I'm Jeremy. Those of you who know me, you know what I am.
He's the crazy one.
Y'all know what I am. I've got 27 years now of credit and banking experience. I'm the former CEO of a mortgage corporation. Was a multi-state mortgage lender. Sold it back in November of 2004 because I got an amazing offer, but I like to say I didn't like where the market was headed because I didn't like where the market was headed. I then did consulting for companies like Lehman Brothers and Washington Mutual, sadly telling them to fire most of their employees because then they wouldn't have to fire all their employees. And then when the mortgage implosion happened, I worked with a company and actually the corporate attorney for Credilife, helping people keep their homes. Now, there's not a lot of money in it, but I also had just sold a mortgage company, so it wasn't like a real issue.
You were able to do something.
I was able to do something where I can take home a little less bread, but still really help people out and do some neat things. And from there, transitioned into credit repair and credit development and credit coaching. I'm FICO certified. I'm certified in the FICO algorithm. I am certified by the American Bankers Institute in consumer lending. So when it comes to all things lending, banking, mortgage, even into regulatory, I'm pretty well versed and
proficient without a doubt.
Yeah, and we've taught in the Minneapolis public school system.
At the Adult Learning Center.
At the Adult Learning Center, we taught classes there. So
tomorrow, I'm actually speaking at the
lawyers.
Continued Education event for Minnesota bankruptcy attorneys. We're teaching on the credit course.
Yeah, so these are the people that you guys, if you tune into Credit Rockstars, I guess we're the self-proclaimed rock stars, right?
Yes,
right
indeed.
We are. Awesome.
Where's my guitar?
Oh, yeah.
Well, since with the timing, that's a good place to stop and just do a quick commercial intro about what we've been doing at Credilife. One of the things, making sure that we can kind of reduce the barriers to entry. We've been working really hard to improve our onboarding process. And so we got a cool promotion going on right now that I thought Jeremy could tell everybody about. Yeah, commercial break, everybody.
All right, so
you're ready for
the promo we got going on right now. So there's an onboarding component to the credit repair program. It covers your credit audit by a coach. It covers the manufacture of your credit builder blueprint, which is a workbook that we custom tailor. We publish these suckers one at a time, so every one of them is different. It's got your program in it. That's where I see the biggest failing. And people who are in credit repair, they run in there like, let's dispute this, let's dispute that, open some cards. They don't have a plan, man. I mean, you have to have a plan. Yes, it's going to change throughout the process. And that's why we call it a blueprint, right? You don't necessarily know what the final paint color is going to be, but we have to have a good foundation to base on. So the onboarding fee for an individual, it's $299 for Credilife. For a couple, it's $399 for Credilife. They're taking $100 off the onboarding. So if you've ever been thinking about enrolling in a Credilife program, getting a professional coach,
time.
It's $199 for an individual. On the onboarding, it's $299 for a couple, and that can be split up as long as it's in the first 21 days or so after work started. That can be split up into a couple of payments, and we'll even put a situation into effect where we're not getting paid till we've done some work. It's a little old school. My kids wouldn't understand it, but Dad, give me $35, I'll mow the lawn. No, that's not how this works. You mow the lawn, and then we'll talk about where you got 35 from. But we're not afraid to believe in you guys. You're believing in us. You're enrolling with us. We're not afraid, and we're trying to lower that barrier to entry. And that's the special right now. It's $100 off. If you want to book a consultation to get going on something, you just go to www.credilife, CREDILIFE VIP.com. That's it.
Yep.
Book it up. That's we did a commercial.
Yep. And then you could also go to the website yourcreditlife.com in case you remember. If that's might be a little easier to remember, yourcreditlife.com. Just fill out the contact us form, and that will qualify you for the $100 off as well.
Cool, guys. Now back to fun stuff.
I'm actually excited about the top 5 bad credit tips.
So we just got done saying all the other groups and all the other places to get credit info suck. So we're gonna let's put some icing on that slander. These are the top 5 bad credit tips. These aren't tips for people who have bad credit. These are bad credit tips.
These are really bad credit tips, but also on top of that, these are variations of tips that we have actually found,
seen, and heard
online, not just groups. We're talking about everywhere. So we've gone through and we've pulled some really funny ones that are legitimately bad credit tips that were given as a tip of, hey, you know what you should do? Think about this.
Here's what you should do.
And so we thought this was going to be really fun.
Start number one.
I'll start right here. So, all right. So cards maxed out, right? You got credit cards. You're maxed out. What should you do?
Open another credit card.
You are correct, sir.
Open another card. Cards are maxed out. Open another card.
Exactly. That would be considered a bad credit tip.
That's a bad credit tip.
That's how you get yourself in trouble.
I like this one. Here's a bad credit tip. Buying the bar a round of drinks on your credit card, to charge it up and show activity, that'll make you popular.
Yes. That was actually quite hilarious.
It may make
This is true. It's just not a good credit
tip. It's a bad credit. It will make you popular.
Yes, it will.
Yes.
For like a minute, and then,
Yeah, exactly. So that's that would be considered a bad credit
tip. Then when
tip.
the wallet's
now,
empty, the girls stop talking to you.
If you're looking to make a lot of friends, a lot of drinking buddies, that actually might work.
That might work, but from a credit standpoint, that's bad.
That's a bad credit tip.
Bad. Here, go at it, brother.
Oh, I like this one. So We all know anytime that you go to any store, what is the thing that they tell you at the cash out? Hey, do you want to open up a card with us today so you can get cash back? Getting 1% cash back is totally worth paying 29% interest.
Yeah, I put everything on my rewards card because I get 1% cash back.
So don't get me...
1% is less than 29.
So if you think about this, I mean, if truly think about this, most people, this is why credit card companies make so much money. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people that know certain ways of going about the system to maximize on certain things.
Rich people tricks.
Exactly. The majority of Americans that are living paycheck to paycheck, this is a bad credit tip, because what's going to happen is you're going to say, ooh, 1% cash back. I want to get as much cash back as I possibly can get. I'm going to go buy some more stuff.
I'm putting my groceries on it.
And then all of a sudden, you're incurring this high interest on this balance, and the cash back means nothing.
Everyone goes into it with like really good intentions, good plans, even good budgets. It's I'm gonna put my groceries on it, something I'm buying anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to get my gas, my groceries,
or get my gas.
Whatever.
I'm going to get some money back off of it. And you probably do it. I'm going to pay it off each month. And you probably do that. And we're not going to talk about trended balances and things.
Nothing like that yet.
We're just going to talk about the basics. Hey, I'm going to pay it off each month, and you're doing it. You're getting your 1% back, and then you get a flat tire. The brakes go out, something like that, and you now need to dip into the cash because you maxed your card out on groceries and crap. You now need to dip into the cash you were going to pay it back with. And tell me, you guys, throw something in the comments, you guys, if you're watching, if you can appreciate exactly what I'm saying. So you got the card maxed up. You totally, I got the money. It's $500 limit. I got $500. I'm going to pay it back. And suddenly you need new tires, and they're $400, and you have to use the cash, and it's a credit card, so you can carry it next month. I'll do it next month. Suddenly you're behind the 8 ball, and that's how you start to slide.
That is exactly how you get into trouble.
That's what happens.
That's financial trouble right there.
Yeah. Here's one. Opening every retail card that the mall has to offer. This can actually be
really fun.
It is fun.
Especially at Mall of America.
We're in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We got the biggest mall in the U.S. They've got 490 stores. It's 4 million square feet. It's actually a great
way to get your steps in on your Fitbit
as well. It is. You can fill out your Fitbit while you destroy your chances to buy a home. So open every retail card that the mall offers at 10% savings. It's almost like they're paying you money. You know what falls into this? That shopping cart trick thing. Oh, yeah, open 17 retail cards because, John, you're going to thong your way out of bad credit. Yeah, with that Victoria's Secret that they're offering.
Exactly.
I'm going to thong my way to freedom.
This is the last thing we want to touch on, just because we see this often. This is not to anyone specifically. It's just the general masses.
Yep.
Taking advice from other members of a credit repair group that are not professionals. They have the same bad credit that you do. Think about that. The majority of people in groups or even running groups have the same bad credit that you do.
I am positive that'll work.
Exactly. You have to understand there's a difference between a true professional and someone that's a member that's still learning. This is not a negative thing. We're all learning,
it's not
right?
A dig.
It's
and we're not saying you guys have bad credit or
you
good
have
credit.
to understand that if someone's still in the process of learning, they may have gotten information of one of these bad credit tips thinking that it's a good credit tip.
Is that like
and now they're passing that on to you as if it's good credit tip. So you have to be careful. You have to make sure that if you're going to be proactive and you want to learn, go to a vetted source that you know is going to give you the right education. And a lot of times they may tell you, we do it all the time. We may give you some advice on something that you may not necessarily like or want to hear because it's not the answer you were looking for.
Heck no.
Because it requires work.
I thought that's why we call ourselves coaches. I always say you're not always going to like what the coach has to say, but there's a reason why
sometimes you got to drop down and do 10 push-ups, right? It's like, come on.
Yeah, you drop
Sometimes
down,
you have to spend with a plan. Sometimes you have to pay down your credit card. Sometimes you have to do certain things. It may not be the most fun thing. You may have to make some sacrifices, but that's the whole point.
So that's our top five credit. Bad credit tab. I'm gonna put that over
now,
there
being
for
the first show, I feel like after the top five, would be a good time for a break. But we can move right back into like what the next topic.
Yeah, we did our break.
We were gonna do top five and then the break. But since we started late, it's all kind of messed up.
Yeah, so it's okay. This is organic.
But no, it really is. So let's talk about our show topic today. Is time to buy a home, right?
Time to buy a home.
Literally.
I don't mean go out like right this second.
Not this second.
Time to prepare to buy a home. Maybe.
It's
That's
time
what we're talking about.
How best to get
prepared.
But
it's time in your life, man.
Yep.
How many of you have been paying your landlords? I mean, I don't sound like an infomercial, but legit, how many of you guys have been paying your landlord's mortgage for them?
I tell you what, though, my mom senior, older than me.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, I would assume she's older than you. Otherwise, we got some more. We got some talking about.
I'm so happy for her
We gotta
because
figure out how
she
that
and
works.
her husband. I say her husband because she found the love of her life later on in the years.
Rick,
If-
right?
Rick, and he's
He's
just
great.
amazing.
Not Rick
Love
from
him.
Credilife, though.
No,
we
no.
like Rick.
Different
That would make things weird around here.
Oh,
I
if
think,
Rick was your daddy?
If Rick was my dad, my stepdad.
That is
So-
just
That would
be
wrong
so
on
awesome.
so many
but
levels.
they've been renting for a long time. Nice little place
Yeah.
they're renting, but
Yeah.
the rent keeps going up year after year because the housing market is so tight right now. So they're
They
coming into
can.
this year looking
Yeah.
at $1,700 a month for this place down in Florida.
Wow.
Like just in a little Port Richey North somewhere up there.
Yeah.
$1,700. So they bought a condo. And they're going to be paying $400 a month now because
Oh
they
my
There
God,
we
so what are
go.
they doing with their extra $1,300?
probably get some more good food out because they
You
like
buy
to eat
3
out.
more condos.
Well, that's the
more.
whole point
I
too.
know.
When
Yeah,
you
so I'm
when
so
you buy
happy for. I
3
mean,
more
that's
I
huge.
think that's absolutely amazing. You know,
They could
you-
be landlords for the same price.
and when you reach
Exactly.
that time in your life, you just want to enjoy life. Like you brought up the fact that they like to go out to
Yep.
eat, right?
Yeah.
Now, because they made a better financial decision,
Right.
they freed up cash flow so they can enjoy their life. I just
Right.
think that that's absolutely
But they're
wonderful.
in a good credit position.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So when we're saying to people
That's
who
buying
maybe
power.
haven't got their first house, they're not able to just pull that trigger. Maybe they want their first, as I always say, backyard for their kids to play in. You know, when we're saying it's time to do it, what we're doing is essentially not only talking about some action steps you can put into place, but we're saying think about these things.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you wanted a house? How long? Yeah. How long did you want one before you got one? How long did you want one before you got? How long did I want one before I got one? How long did you want a house? The only thing stopping you, you might say the only thing stopping you is your credit. That's not true. The only thing stopping you is you because you can do something about the credit.
Exactly.
So you know it's time to buy a house. So what can we do to prep? What can we do to get?
First step is always accessing a credit report.
Yep.
And a bad credit tip would be going to your lender to pull a report just to get access to a report.
Or Credit Karma.
We should have added that one. Or do not go to Credit Karma either. You want to go to a online consumer credit monitoring service.
Right.
For best practice, Credilife endorses Smart Credit. Absolutely phenomenal. Here's the
It's
difference.
super detailed.
It's detailed, but it's also user friendly. So think
Yeah.
about this. It pulls a 3 bureau report. So TransUnion, Experian, Equifax pulls
Right.
all 3, the data
Tri-merge,
between all
merged
3
together into one
on
thing.
one report. So it's much easier to go through and identify and evaluate what's going on.
Right.
A lot of other places, the way they've done it is you have to access each bureau separately. To access a 3 bureau, they charge you more. It's all over
Right.
the place. So for best practice, we have endorsed Smart Credit because of that purpose. It's a much, much better option.
Well,
But regardless,
yeah.
that's the first step. You
Yeah.
have to know what's on your credit report. When is the last time you've seen a credit report? Do you even know what's on your credit
And
report?
guys, don't worry about your score. Don't worry about your score. Legitimately,
Exactly.
Don't. That's the thing. Everyone's like, well, I lost 4 points and it said I had to change. Oh my God. Don't worry about your score. At the end of the day, your score
Will
is
follow.
It's a math formula
Yep.
made out
Based
of
on the
it's-
data within the report.
Yeah. It's like if I want something to add up to 6, I'm gonna find 2 and 4 or 3 and 3 or a bunch of 2s.
It's very
you
similar.
gotta find those pieces.
It's very similar to, like, you know, a lot of times I'll compare the fitness industry to what we do, right?
Yep.
Health and fitness. It's the same thing.
It's
If
the
you
scale
ever work,
watchers.
it's the same thing that's preached by all the trainers and
Right.
dietitians. It's like, stop getting the scale every single day. Stop getting the scale even every single week. That doesn't work. There's so many variables that happen
Right.
while you're working out. You might retain more water. You might go through some changing. You might be swelling because you've been
Right.
lifting heavy weights.
You might
but
be fat like me.
over time, your body composition changes.
Right.
Same thing here when it comes to your credit.
Like I get more attractive over time.
That's true. Like a fine wine.
Yeah, I do.
So, but when you think about your credit report, it's like, hey, if you're taking the right actions when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to repair the past, building for your future, maintaining what you have properly, over time, your score will follow.
It's a trend.
Stop
It's- yeah.
tracking it daily.
I made
weekly.
I
Doesn't
made the
make
word.
sense.
I made the word for it.
Scorexiety.
Yeah, I
Scorexiety.
was
Yes.
going to say we should have that pillow in here.
Yeah,
in the studio.
Scorexiety. I'm gonna
It'd
get
be
the pillow.
great.
I'll get the pillow.
Oh, get the pillow. Yeah, we should have
Yes.
the pillow in here. I was thinking.
Get
That'd
the
be a good
pillow.
prop
That's
for the-
totally
for
fine.
the
So,
show.
but I just think that's so important, Brian, because a lot of times, and I understand, like, you know, obviously I've worked with thousands of clients, and it's like I'm not frustrated when the client brings it up because I understand the score is what's in front of everyone all the time. I mean, everywhere. So that's naturally they're going to think when they're wanting to be proactive about their situation, they're going to think of the score. So you have to kind of unwind that a little bit to start understanding it's really the report and the data within it. That's what you got to get used to
Absolutely.
evaluating.
Here?
Yeah, let me get
Scorexiety. I made
Yes.
a definition for scorexiety.
I wish I could zoom in on
So
it. But
any
yeah,
of
yeah.
any
Here,
OG
bring it here, toss it here.
members,
Here.
any OG members of Free Credit Repair Advice will know this, because there was a time in Free Credit Repair Advice that so many people would bring up their score and getting anxiety over it.
Going nuts about it.
Jeremy had created this, and we ended up having a post about it, and we loved it so much we
made a pillow. We made a pillow for the lobby.
So for anyone that's local that comes and sits down with us in person,
you
for
can lay down on the score-anxiety pillow and eliminate some of your score-anxiety.
Put that right next to like the
yeah, we're gonna put that
right there. Yeah,
score-anxiety.
So it'll cover where the
what is it? Score-anxiety. It's a noun. It's a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease, typically with compulsive behavior about your FICO credit score caused by repeatedly checking your credit score with multiple sources such as Credit Karma, your Discover card, and even My FICO, which do not actually show you your lending FICO score, instead showing you either a consumer-facing version or a Vantage score, which is a completely different score model. And then I use it in a sentence. That woman suffers from score-anxiety. She keeps checking her score like 9 times a day. Score-anxiety.
Exactly.
Perfect.
So it's true. And, it just comes down to, this is really funny. I just love that we did that. But it's like, it just comes down to the fact that we understand, like we speak lightly of these type of things because we understand what you're facing. We totally understand the progression of because if you think about it, you're someone that's been, you've gone through an event in your life. That's how I like to explain it. You've gone through an event in your life. That event, it's like divorce, could be medical, could be just not understanding credit and how it works. There's so many different things, events in your life that ultimately can cause a negative impact to score. But then a moment hits, and it's different for everyone. The length of time, because you already brought it up. It's like it's you stopping you.
Right.
But then at some point, you decide to move forward.
Right.
Then the common sense steps in. Okay. Well, I want to start paying things off. I want to start doing this. I'm making money now. I want to show that. Oh man,
credit's not based off common sense.
Yeah,
though.
My
it's
score's going up. I want to look at this now daily. Right. Or, oh my goodness, my score dropped 4 points. What did I do wrong?
Yeah,
and it's
I paid it. Why is my score going
all
down?
over? You know, and it's or they paid something off, and then they're looking the next day, thinking that one action impacted almost essentially immediately.
Yeah,
when that's not true. It could take easily up to 60 days, 60 days, one action to even reflect.
And if it's an old collection, if they even report. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
it's all over the place.
That might be a good point to get into one of these little soft breaks here.
Soft break.
Let's do it. Actually, I'll do the next one.
You want to get into
I'd like to do the next one.
Yeah, because we're talking about getting ready for home.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So,
coincidentally,
moving forward, these commercials will be done differently. But since it's our first one of the reboot of Rockstars Live, we're going to do this live for everyone, okay?
Till we don't.
Yeah, so with Credilife, we have partnered with some of the top professionals in the nation when it comes to real estate and mortgage, okay? So for anyone that is coming to Credilife directly, you found us in one of our groups from the podcast, you went to our website, you saw an ad or something, whatever it is,
one of us bought you a round of drinks in a bar to get our score to go up.
The reality is you came over to Credilife and you're looking to improve your credit, and your main goal is you want to buy that home, which we're talking about today.
Yeah, we are.
So we have a program called The Right Way to Real Estate. And the reason why we call it the right way is by going to us first truly is the right way. It is. Times have changed.
Gotta get your arms around your credit.
You want to go to the Credit and Financial Wellness Company first to know where you're at, any opportunities they have available to you, so that way you put yourself in the best position possible for that mortgage. But now, on top of that, let's say you go to us first, you're working with us, and you want to get connected with one of the top professionals in the nation in your local area.
Your state, yeah.
When you go through that real estate transaction, you found that home that you're like, I am so excited, this is our home, we're closing our home. At the closing table, up to $800 back in incentives.
Money.
By going through the Right Way Real Estate program through Credilife. This is huge.
You could use your goal of home ownership and actually buying a house, and then you get this money back. That could essentially pay for
your program.
The things that have to happen if you hire a pro to get to your goal. Your goal could pay for the things to get to your goal.
And I want to be clear, too, because when people hear that, a couple things happen. They go, oh, my goodness, how much does Credilife cost? That's
$1 zillion.
This is not coming... This isn't from Credilife. This is because we have gone through the work and vetted the partners, the best top professionals in your area. And because they believe in Credilife and they believe in you,
they want you.
This is incentive that they're bringing to you through our program.
Yeah, they're coming to us saying, how can we get your people? And we're saying,
exactly.
You better hook our people up.
Because they know. I mean, think about this. If anyone that's watching, professionals that work with us are blown away by our program.
They get it.
They are blown away because traditionally, other companies, they focus on one thing, it's repair, and that's it. They might say, hey, open up this secured credit card, whatever.
Yep.
No one is working with their clients like we are. No one is providing the methodology like Credilife is.
Testify.
It's no one is having. Go to our testimonials. It's almost
it's
daily now. People posting in front of that home, sold sign.
Yep.
This is what we do every single day. And on top of that, we're helping people get money back in incentives. And then on top of that, after the goal of mortgage, we're putting you in a position to experience overall savings by being a better credit and financial wellness position to then have more opportunity in your life.
So how do they take advantage of that?
Just go to our website, yourcreditlife.com. Just reach out, say, I want to know more about that. Yourcreditlife.com. It's the easiest to remember. Just fill out the form. We'll be in touch with you. A coach will be in touch with you. Yep. We'll help you navigate through the process.
There you go. There you go. Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off, but I didn't want them to get info.
I just get excited. I just get excited.
What's exciting?
I don't even need to be info. I mean,
no, I know,
literally,
I know.
it's like I am that excited about this
well,
because
it is.
It's a real thing.
Well, on top of it, it's so on with the topic that we've got today because
exactly.
By the way, there is a reason we picked this topic. 90% of the people that we talk that are talking in the groups online, the group we sponsor,
they want to buy a home.
Their goal is to buy a home. 90% of the people who come to us.
Rents are at all-time high.
Yeah, goal is a house.
They're just paying a ton right now in rent.
Right.
And even though we're at a very good position now currently when it comes to value of homes, interest rates are very low.
Yeah, it's pretty.
This is a time to buy.
It's pretty wicked.
So let's get it going.
So
let's Rockstar this out right now.
So really,
I'm getting excited. Get my guitar.
One of the first things you want to do. One of the first things you want to do, to get prepared to buy the house, you gotta
pull your credit report.
Get a credit
online credit report.
Well, you gotta know what you're dealing with.
Smart credit.
Right.
Let's do it. You need to know what's on your credit report.
So what's the thing? What's the thing that's so they get it? I mean, now I got this pile of paper.
Now you have to know how to evaluate it.
Okay, there we go.
So here's the thing. Here's what you want to look for. You want to take a look at what's going on when it comes to positive, what's open and active, what types of accounts are they. So what does that mean? Do you have an auto loan? Do you have student loans? Do you have credit cards?
Got those too.
Are they in good standing? Have you been late? What's the history, right? Hey, do you have anything derogatory or negative, right? So derogatory and negative would be collections with zero balance, collections with balances, charged off accounts.
Paid collections.
Yes, it's all over. So you just want to go through, in fact, in Free Credit Repair Advice, check out that Facebook group if you're not in it yet. It's called Free Credit Repair Advice. Over 60,000 members in there. We actually put together a video micro course about the initial, about the process of going through disputing or investigations if you need to do some repair work. But more importantly, on there, I actually go through how to evaluate your credit report.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
You just need to go through and identify what it is. And once you get a handle on that, that's important because now, how I like to say it, you have awareness of what's going on.
So you're looking for things that are to really make it quick. And if someone's taking notes for themselves, you want to look for anything that's bad, anything that's questionable, or anything that's wrong.
Yep, and good, because you want to maximize on the good.
Right.
That's a part that a lot of people miss. You know, as they say, "Oh, I got this good. I guess I'm good."
Look, I took care of all the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Well, what do you have that's good? Oh, now I have no credit.
Exactly. That happens.
Yeah.
Now I've got no credit report. They can't give me a report.
It's
well,
surprising.
congratulations.
That actually has happened.
Congratulations.
Comes up NA.
You're a vapor.
It's not like the check systems. I think that just collects the bad in the banking industry, right?
Right.
Credit report is not as
that's
not
a
just
good example. Check
right,
systems,
is separate
and that's
reporting.
what a lot of people think your credit report is. It's just going to have a collection of the things I did wrong, and they know what I'm doing.
I tell people credit's not just made out of bad. It might feel like it when you look at it.
Exactly.
You go, yes, it's made of crap.
It's your history.
It's made of good too.
Yes.
And here's a little secret from a credit coach. Okay, everybody focuses on deleting negative things. A negative thing can stay on your credit, and with the right positives, you can deluge it, you can overwhelm it, you can overcome it, or you can make what an underwriter for a mortgage calls a compensating factor for that negative thing. So you could have a negative thing, and they're like, ooh, that's bad, but the underwriter goes, there are 27 positive things right here, and that one negative thing, these 27 positives, maybe their age of their history, maybe the size of their down payment, maybe it's the second time they've owned a home, maybe I like their name rhymes with banana, whatever. These are compensating factors that can then overcome them. So you don't want to put all your eggs in the basket when you're getting ready to buy a house. You don't want to put the eggs in the basket of, I'm going to clean up all my negatives and buy a house. No, you got to.
Exactly.
Man, you got to build.
You got to flip the script.
Flip the
right?
script.
I always say repair is not the solution.
No.
It is the bonus. Credit repair is
extra.
not the solution. It is the bonus.
That's the sexy part, though. People are excited.
I know.
They're like,
I
this
know.
is bad. And
Every time I bring this up, I know a lot of
sexy.
people don't like it because
Sexy
it's
credit.
fun. The repair part is fun, and I get that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to hear that because they like, what? How could that be?
Well, the other
we're
stuff's
not
boring.
Saying, yeah, and we're not saying it's not an important aspect
it's
of
great.
the overall
Yeah, no,
plan.
don't
It
get me wrong.
is. The solution is the credit building and debt management. That is the solution.
So it's not a one-trick pony, basically.
And then when you incorporate all three,
Yep.
that's the
It's,
magic.
eliminate the negative, build the positive, and deal with the money. That's the other thing. People have trouble, and this is something that when you're newer to understanding your credit, or when you can be an old guy and be taking a look at your credit and taking it seriously for the first time. Because anyone out there watching, trust me, if I say back when we were young and dumb, my guess is you know exactly what I'm talking about. Back when we were young and dumb, we didn't give a crap about our credit. We might have had an 800 score, and we then pissed it all away. And we were young and dumb. We we thought we were invincible.
Been there, done that.
And you go back and you get serious about the credit. My train of thought had a caboose.
A caboose?
Well, sometimes it's
I
hard.
don't understand.
I'm
Because
old.
you get-
no,
yeah.
so when you start getting serious, when you start getting,
You mean there's a point?
Yeah.
He's getting somewhere
Oh,
with that.
okay.
Yes, when you start getting,
This is the train that
I love
never
it.
ends.
He's like, it had a caboose. I'm wondering.
I'm old. I'm old, and I'm a credit guy. No, but I mean, when you're getting ready for this stuff, it's you take a look at it now, and you got to realize all those aspects. It's eliminating the negative, it's building the positive. The thing that people don't realize, though, when they're first looking at it often, is debt, and this one, my caboose, debt and credit are two different things. That's the money you owe. Credit is a history of how you paid on the money you've owed. And people worry about them kind of the same way, or think one gets rid of the other. Those are independent things. You can delete something off your credit for credit repair, but unless you're handling the aspect of debt reduction, debt settlement, and things like that on the positive building, and that's positive building, by the way. Unless you're handling that, you're going to end up back in the same situation. You're just kicking the can down the road.
To touch on what Jared was saying earlier too. And,
back to my thing. I remembered.
To get back to your caboose.
I remembered.
I'm glad you did. The whole thing about that is,
amazing.
if you sit there and focus on this credit repair, which is what a lot of people do, and they often don't see anything happening with the score, even though maybe great things are happening there, it's because of the proactive steps we're discussing.
Right.
But from someone who hasn't had good experience of managing all those things very well, just going and looking at those proactive steps doesn't necessarily result in a great happening, because how many times we've had someone come to us that opened up, say, the Fingerhut card and did some of these proactive steps,
Why
but
is my score not up? Well,
they've already defaulted on that card
Oh,
for
God,
30,
yeah,
60
it's
days
amazing.
late, because you have to prepare yourself
It's
for
like-
the mindset
you
and
guys,
to know
it's
how
the-
to.
This
Exactly.
it's a lifestyle change. It's
It
quitting.
is.
Yes.
It's quitting smoking. If you ever smoked, it's quitting smoking.
I just had a wonderful conversation with a recent new client of ours. And, I won't bring up any names, but this person is a little bit
Bill.
old.
No, I don't know.
This person's 50 years old. And she decided,
That's not
because
Bill.
we need to go through and start building upon her credit, because we had lack of information, positive data, positive accounts.
Yep.
And she decided, because we had a real conversation about this, I'm glad that she opened up in that way. She said, you know what I'm going to do? I've already talked to my friend. I'm going to tie these to the Netflix account like we talk about with our clients all the time. She goes, I'm literally going to give this card to my friend, because she knows her behaviors currently will not result in a management that's going to be positive for her program.
Would you be willing
She
to give
realized
it to me?
that, so. But I love that. I love that,
But
honestly.
But how will
I
the
could
friend
be her-
treat other people's money?
Well, and
I
I would,
could be
I would
her
hope
friend.
that I
I'm
hope that
kidding.
works out. I'm sure it will.
Well,
She-
this is like a credit buddy. It's nice when you've got someone you can confide in and be like, look,
Exactly.
I know what my demon is.
It's like that's what I'm trying to say. We're all human. This is habits. You have habits in how you are in life. You have habits of eating habits.
Well,
You
that's
have
why I said
whatever.
that's why I
This
said
is
quitting
financial
smoking,
habits.
man.
Exactly.
Maybe you try to kickstart it and do it and fix it, and you slide back.
And that
maybe
may
you
happen.
open the Fingerhut, and you already defaulted on it. We can chuckle about it, but
Or
we're not
you-
making
maybe
fun of
you
you. We
spent
just
too
know
much
how
or whatever
hard
it
this
is.
It's hard to
Exactly.
do, you guys. And the thing is, anyone watching this, man, I commend you guys for even doing that. You know how many people don't even watch this video or a video to try to make that step?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, y'all have, quite frankly, by taking your time and watching this, you've made the first step.
Yep.
You know,
Well, I want to get into the rock out action because
rock out action.
Monday,
we have an action item
we're going to
for you.
expand on this, okay?
Okay.
So on Monday, we're going to continue to expand on this exact topic because I want
Sounds
all
good.
of our members, anyone that has listened to this live, that watched the recording, okay? I want you to go to smartcredit.com
Hey, Brian, will you show more of that?
You got
Credilife, okay? I want you to enroll into online credit monitoring, and I want you to evaluate the 3 bureau report.
By the way,
That is the rock out action step. And when you go through it, what you're going to be looking for is what's positive,
Mm-hmm.
to Jeremy's point,
Mhm.
what's questionable, you may not know,
Mhm.
and what's negative. Highlight it different colors, make notes, whatever you got to do. That is the rock out action. You are
Yep.
going to access a 3 bureau credit report. Smartcredit.com/Credilife for best practice.
I'm going to tell
and
you
you're
why.
gonna go through it.
I'm going to tell you why we're saying that link specifically. Okay, Smart Credit's usually $30. We send so dang many people there. They gave a discount
Yep.
link for us. So anyone who uses it, it's supposed to essentially,
Has
let's be honest,
all
it's
the
supposed
bells
to-
and whistles.
It's supposed to be for our clients, but we want to help everybody. So anyone who uses
the thing
it,
about it is
it's
that what they've
$22.
done now with Smart Credit is they have an entirely different plan. Where the real expenses to companies like that with the monitoring is in the bureau reports.
Exactly.
So we've had to negotiate a specific plan for the people that are following us, for our
Right.
members, for our clients, that allow them to access to these 3 bureau reports. You won't see it for
At the
what they're marketing
premium-
right
yeah,
now.
at the
They've got a
premium
premium
monthly.
plan
yeah,
for
so
20
for
bucks a
22
month.
for 22
No
bucks,
3 bureau reports.
that's amazing.
As far as
Exactly.
you get it every 30
Huge
days, you need
discount.
it for the
Yeah, so
investigative
for
process,
22 bucks a
audits.
month, 22 bucks a month, you're getting monitoring and you're getting a full
Money manager.
Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion credit report
Yep.
every month without putting a negative.
And
thing on your
if
credit.
you ever, for whatever reason, it has monitoring, has identity theft protection, and for any
That's good
reason
to have.
you need to just take a quick look at a 1 bureau report, they even do smart polls.
But
It's amazing.
the other reason we're telling you to do specifically that is those of you who are following our action items will all have the exact same thing to look at, so we can go through and give you
Yes.
specific instructions on where to find the things on the one that we know you're looking at.
Yep. And we want to make sure we have questions, so please make sure to comment. Make sure to message.
Yep.
Wherever you found this video, reach out to us if you need any clarification on anything, because we want to make sure you're prepared for the next show.
Yeah, and this is by
when
the
it
way,
comes to evaluating the report and what to do when it comes to ready to buy.
if you're in the free credit repair advice group, this obviously you'll notice is a major rule exception that we are allowing you, not allowing you, we're encouraging you to reach out about this broadcast with
Yes.
questions, comments, and concerns. So, you know, the direct messaging thing,
You
if
can
it's
do
about
that
this, you can do
when
that.
it comes to
When it's
Credilife
appropriate,
and
right.
our company.
Right.
So let's do
Lots
this.
of good
I love
stuff,
it,
guys. So
I'm
our
so
rock
excited.
out action item. Go get your credit reports.
Do it to it. You will not be dissatisfied. You'll be very happy to have awareness. You know, that's step number 1. That's a rock out action. Next week, Monday, we'll be on time, 10 to
10
11 a.m. Credit Rockstars Live. We're so excited to be bringing this to you every single week, Monday and Wednesday for 1 hour. Be prepared. Be prepared to rock out. Be prepared to have fun, and be prepared to improve your credit.
Yeah. That's what we got to do.
Good job, guys. Yeah, I've got the ending
Talk
stream.
us out
You know,
with
it's
the
first one.
commercial?
Well, I've got the ending stream so they can still hear me, but they don't see that. I mean, it's a great time to buy, a great time to start looking at your credit. The stuff that we've put into place to lower the barriers to entry are just amazing. It's so exciting to be able to offer $100 off to get people into the program. And then to encourage everybody to get all the way to their finish line, graduate, get pre-qualified for a mortgage, and take those next steps towards home ownership. So thanks for watching today, guys. And next button is end stream.